Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I am here setting up for 2025. So if you saw my title, of course this is going to be my budget planner and my updates for my budget planner. I am in the process of course, setting up for 2025. I have kind of set up these planners like a long time in advance. I do like to have enough pages in my planner so that way I can have a plan for the future. But I also am totally okay with making changes. And so I'm not making updates to every single one of my planners. I'm only updating a couple of them, a few of them. And so this is the first one that I'm going to be updating. I have kind of sat and with my budget planner, and I have been working in a planner that isn't really super functional for me. And so I'm going to talk about all of that and talk to you about what is changing for my budget planner. So let's just get right into it. So my budget planner right now is set up with basically like my pages that I was using towards the end of 2024. So let me go ahead and show you. I'll just show you December. Okay, so this is December 2024. It is a classic planner, as you can see from the Happy Planner, and it is a lined vertical. Now for December, I didn't use it at all because I combined in December to a single planner, and so all of my budget notes are in my catch-all planner for December. But I was in, let me flip back a little bit more. Let's just go to a random page here in October. So I was using it simply just to track all the things that I'm purchasing. So I just go down the column and I write all of the different things that I purchase. I do write down the dollar amount that I spend as well as how much is deducted from that category in my budgeting system, or like in that budget category. And so I do the same thing pretty much, consistently. That's how I've always kind of done my planning, is use a cashless envelope system. I basically purchase everything on credit card, and I just kind of designate where that purchase, like which category that goes to, and I just deduct it. So I always have like those $2 amounts. And so that's kind of what I've been doing, and that works fine for me. It doesn't have to be in this lined vertical. I was only using the lined vertical to use up these pages. I have December here, and so I might just use it for January and just kind of continue using it. But I also have the rest of the planner pages, right? The pages from the old planner that I purchased on clearance and I just didn't use. And so they're in here, and they're in here all the way until I guess like June or July. Yeah, so it looks like July, maybe even August. Yeah, okay, so August. Right, and then I have some lined vertical pages from other planners that I kind of put in here as well. And it works for me, and I think that's totally fine. It might be where I decide to come back in here, and this is where, all right, I'm kind of talking out loud here. I think I do want to try to still use it. And so what I'm going to do is use these lined vertical pages as a chance to categorize. And in 2025, I'm hoping I can get it to 7 categories. And so we'll see how this works. There are going to be some adjustments that occur over time. I don't feel like I have to be locked into one planner or one planning process for the entire year. So I will try it for 2025, January 2025. And if it doesn't work, then I won't make adjustments. But what I want to do is just kind of use this to categorize. So instead of tracking and having everything by day, I want to have this be the food category. And I'm just tracking all of my purchases for that week in that category. So that's what I'm going to do with these pages, just simply so that way I can use them, to be honest, right? What I have been doing also, I'll show you an example in October, is the very back page, the currently page, I use to kind of do my budget closeout and like planning for the next month. So this is for November. Actually, is for October, right? So it should be for October. So this is the beginning budget for October and the ending dollar amount in each of these categories for October. And then I take this column and basically move it to November. I just don't have my November pages in here, but I just move it to November. And that's the dollar amount that I start with. So these dollar amounts here are what I subtract in the weekly pages. So that's kind of where I'm set up, right? I have bills, home, car service, gas, food, personal, Sophia, gifts, vacation, kids, education, and health. And so that's 12. right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 12. I just mentioned I want to try to reduce that to 7. So I've got to think about that a little bit and see how that can happen. I might combine like car and gas. That will be one. I don't need to track bills and home usually. Bills I don't track at all on like a weekly basis. So that can be crossed off. If I combine those two, that will be down to 10, right? So I've got to think about it a little bit and just see where I can make some adjustments. Some of these categories I don't use every week either. So it might work out just fine. So that's kind of where I am with what I want to do with the line vertical. Now, the thing that I just deleted from this whole system is that kind of checkbook ledger kind of feel where I'm making note of all of my purchases. And so I'm bringing in this cute little thing. So this is a book bound, like it's almost like micro size. So it's almost 3 inches by 4 inches. The measurements are a little bit different than 3 by 4, but it's pretty close to it. And this little book I have been using to pre-plan. So I've been writing in all of our 2025 events in here, but now that I'm moving into my 2025 planners, I don't need to do the pre-planning in here anymore. I can kind of move that into the 2025 planner. And so now this planner is just kind of sitting here doing nothing. And so what I'm going to do is essentially stick this in my purse and just make note of all of my purchases. So if I purchase something at Walmart, I will put Walmart, I will write what category it comes from. So like Walmart groceries, I'll list the dollar amount and that'll be it. And when I come back home, I can take these numbers and transfer them into the category and, just kind of have a running log of the categories. I think that's going to work beautifully. All right, I'm really excited about this system. Glad I talked this out with you guys. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I want to... one of the things I mentioned in a video, I don't even know when I recorded it, but I want to try to like decorate all of these things, right? It's not like a must do, but I have all of these planners. I want to make them pretty. And this micro, I love decorating the size. So this one is definitely one that I'm prioritizing as a let's decorate it and make it pretty kind of planner. So for sure, you'll see some plan with me's and some stickers going into this planner. I might do the same thing for my like the line vertical where I'm categorizing and kind of doing the running log of what is deducted from each dollar amount or like from each category. Yeah, so that's the update. Essentially, I'm taking out the tracking of all of my my receipts and moving that in here, and then I'll rewrite it, but by category in the line vertical. So that's kind of my plan. The rest of it, like in terms of like my budget categories and how I'm doing my budgeting, I think I'll keep on the line vertical and just kind of keep that all the same. And yeah, I think that might be it. There is one thing that I think I want to add, right? And I'm not sure if I want to add this or not, but I'm going to talk it out loud with you guys. One thing that I do want to try to keep track of is all of my planner supplies and all the planner purchases that I make, and I might use the monthly for that. All right, so stay tuned. Again, this is an old planner, so I'd have to redate, but that will be on the list of things to think about. So that's the one that I haven't quite decided how I want to do that. I might keep it in in the line vertical as like a separate category, like maybe on the sidebar or something. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. All right, I'm gonna do that actually. I don't like using monthlies in my specialty planners just because that's confusing to me to have multiple monthlies, and so I like to keep it just to the weekly pages. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of put my planner purchases on the side. I think that'll be perfect. Okay, so I've got a plan. Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, I love having a plan. Again, the plan can always change in my world. I don't lock myself into a planner for the entire year. I always change it up. I go month by month usually, but I do like to have a plan for 12 months, 18 months down the line, so that way I can see and plan and know what I want to do and make tweaks to it mentally, so that way when the month comes around, then I can see if it works, right? So in theory, as I think about it, it seems to work. But if I work out that plan and it doesn't work, then I can make tweaks because I have all of these supplies ready to go. So that's kind of what my budget planning looks like. Lots of talking and lots of flipping around, but hopefully you were able to follow along with me. What does your budget planning system look like? I'm really interested to see other people's budget planners and talk about like how you set things up as a planner. So leave me a comment if you do budget planning, and link some videos if you have them. So yeah, I just love budget planning. It's a little bit more private, but I just love hearing how other people do it. So leave me a comment if you have any of these resources. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video. Bye, guys.